Hi everyone. So, YouTube Bacon Challenge. This is also Vlogmas Day 28. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know, but we're just gonna go with it. So, if you have not been watching these videos, mine or anybody else's, the challenge for 2018 was the alphabet basically. Pick a subject corresponding to each letter. Most of these, for mine at least, have been their own individual letters with their individual videos. Sounds kind of redundant now that I look back at it. Anyways, because I don't have a whole lot of time left, I figured that I would start to kind of combine some of the letters. So, for this video, I'm going to be doing O and P. And my subjects are going to be omnism and pantheons. Something that, can go together, perhaps, or not. So, what exactly is omnism? Well, there's a couple of definitions, and one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it, besides the fact that it pretty much encompasses a good portion of what is that it seems a lot, not all, but a lot of people in the pagan, alternative, nature-centered, anything like that types of religions may not practice this kind of thing, but are kind of open to it. So what is it exactly? So, omnism, I guess you can put it in a couple of different ways. And it would be the belief that no one single religion, and I'm not clear on whether or not there are some people who might practice, a certain faith or whatever and still hold this. Or, if there are people who have this concept that you can't be of one religion and kind of have this belief. But for me, I kind of identify with both. So it's like I said, the belief that no one holds the absolute truth, that you can find it in all of them. Now, what all of them means, I think, is up to the individual. Do you count the basic religions such as Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, stuff like that? Do you count the offshoot religions, the various aspects of paganism, some of the newer stuff? I mean, because there's a whole lot of stuff that, you read about that you never heard of, etc. But basically, it is the belief that truth can be found in all of them. And I sort of have the same concept. Because for one, I don't believe that just because you are of one religion, you can't learn something from another, or you can't adopt certain practices. It doesn't mean you have to change your belief about God. It does not believe you have to change the way you pray, the way you practice, or whatever. But, you can just look at a scripture from somewhere else. You can read about philosophy. There can be a person of a specific religion who gets their beliefs from it, who is not of yours, but maybe you like their thoughts, their philosophy, etc. I'm a very eclectic person, and my path is always shaping, it's always growing. And there are things that I liked when I was younger, but I'm not quite sure that the whole thing fits for me now. And you can always mix things up. You don't have to completely leave the whole thing. Such as the Wiccan Rede, it says, to do what you want as long as you harm none. Meaning, you are free to be who you are, just as long as it does not cause harm to people. And, I mean, that's almost, in a way, an overview of, let's say, the Ten Commandments or something. Don't kill, don't steal, don't do this. Harm none. That kind of would go with it. I'm learning about Kemeticism, which is the ancient Egyptian religion, and while I may not completely follow something like that, the laws or the ideals of Ma'at are very good things to follow. Honoring God. I think one of them is bringing joy to people, respecting altars, stuff like that. And then there is something like the Nine Noble Virtues, which talk about, God, I'm drawing a blank on here. I think one of them was like courage and independence and all that. And, realistically, I think any open-minded person may not be completely omnistic, but, being open, they might be open to those ideas. And when I talk about something like paganism, I'm talking about something as seeing divinity within creation and nature and having that high respect for nature. So getting into the next one, which is pantheons. Pantheons is a temple dedicated to deities or a group of deities. So, example, Greek pantheon, Hera, Zeus, Athena. Hindu, Kali, Shiva, Ganesh, etc. Depending on how you view it, one can say the Christian religion has one, which would be the Divine Trinity, etc. So it's a group. And the thing about it is, some of these vary. Christianity, 3 gods in 1. Hinduism often varies because Hinduism is a religion that goes from polytheism, which is many gods and usually distinct individual gods, to actual Hindu atheists. So, that is a very vast religion. And there are many, many actual monotheist ones who do not see Kali as separate from Krishna or Shiva or any of those. They have kind of the same concept as the Christian Trinity, but many, many more forms. And I fall into those categories as someone who is a former Catholic and everything. Just certain aspects of different spirituality started making more sense to me, but I didn't believe in hard polytheism. And so, certain concepts out of Hinduism and Christianity, just started to make sense to me. And so I see many of the deities of the ancient world as sort of a symbol or attribute of the Almighty, the All, the whatever you want to call it. The God that is beyond human comprehension. So, yeah, that's just a little overview of kind of what I believe. So, hopefully this video wasn't too long. Hopefully it wasn't too short. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.